also in your thesis. So you have done in the methodology, you describe your sample, your survey, who you surveyed, which scales you used or which data you used, which analysis method you applied, regression, analysis of variance, or correlation analysis. So again, all this you will learn in special seminars. And the next chapter is the results section. The results section. In the results section, you put the results coming from your statistical analysis, namely the regression coefficients, the structural equation modeling or SEM coefficients, the significance levels of your hypothesis testing. So you can do that by showing in a graphical way the results coming out, for example, your structural equation modeling, or by putting tables with the regression coefficients and with the significance levels. We will see some examples in some instances. Do not comment, because this is done in the discussion of the results section. So do not comment, just describe and show, according to your hypothesis, the significance levels if you reject or if you accept your hypothesis formulated in your conceptual model. So I would recommend to do that chronologically. You show the results for hypothesis 1 and the significance level, hypothesis 2, 3, 4, and so on. So you put there clearly only the results, the descriptive results of your statistical analysis, and you satisfy yourself by giving the reject or the acceptance of the hypothesis. We will see now some examples to make it clearer to you. Here is our example 1 about the impact of social capital of Facebook on happiness and well-being. So in line with our hypothesis, we see the independent variable intimacy in the network impacts highly significantly at the 001 level, bonding social capital. And also in line with our hypothesis, it impacts negatively at the 001 level, highly significantly, bonding bridging capital. So this is in line with hypothesis 1. We accept hypothesis 1. We see that network size also impacts positively and highly significantly, bonding social capital, and also bonding bridging social capital. So we accept hypothesis 2, both at a highly significant level. We see that the mediating variables, bonding capital and bridging capital, have, in line with our hypothesis 3 and 4, a positive and highly significant impact on happiness. Both sides, the impact of bridging social capital is stronger than the one of bonding capital. That is, stronger relationships, closer relationships impact more positively happiness than loose relationships. In contrast to our hypothesis 5, we reject this hypothesis 5 because the link of bonding capital on Facebook impact on well-being is non-significant, so we reject hypothesis 5. And finally, we accept hypothesis 6, namely bridging social capital has a highly significant impact at the 001 level on Facebook impact on well-being. And lastly, we see at the 005 level, hypothesis 7, happiness has a positive impact on Facebook impact on well-being. So this is a graphical representation of our results, and you see chronologically we deal with different hypotheses and we accept or reject them according to the significance levels. Let's see example number 2 about the IoT and smart connected objects acceptance. You see here also the confidence intervals. So most of our relationships are highly significant at 0.001 level or significant at the 0.05 level. For example, utilitarian value is highly positively significant as we expected in H1 on PU. And we can see also perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use has also a highly significant positive impact on usefulness. And it's the same for social value, as the regression coefficient is positive and highly significant. We see that in line with our hypothesis, it's slightly significant. Privacy concerns have a negative impact on trust, technology trust, and but on the other hand, technology trust has highly significant positive impact on well-being. So until now, all our hypotheses are confirmed. We confirm furthermore that well-being is a mediating variable, because the higher the well-being, the higher the impact on intention to use. This impact is moderated highly by the quantified self, so which means that indeed the more people are concerned by measuring, monitoring their life with smart connected objects, the higher will be also the impact of well-being on intention of use. Well-being has also a direct positive and highly significant impact on recommendations, or word of mouth, to recommend a smart connected object. And last but not least, we confirm also a positive, highly significant relationship between intention to use and word of mouth. We have here some moderators that we test. We also see here that technology trust is a moderator between utilitarian value, that is that we communicate with others, and perceived usefulness. So you see, indeed, if we have high trust, the perceived usefulness is high. This is what you can see in these lines. And this lower line, these are people with low trust, so they perceive lower usefulness. And this is important. So the more people trust into technologies, they more also will perceive the benefits of the technology in line of our hypothesis. And this is all confirmed. You can see this is what we found also in literature. Also, what you can see when I put here a reference, these, for example, Novak and Hoffman showed that actually our link, the link we test also is positive, or Hong and Tong show that privacy concerns have negative impact on trust. And so we confirm all our hypotheses, and we see indeed innovativeness has a positive impact on the link between perceived usefulness and perceived of use on use. So you can see, if the more the consumer is innovative, open to new technology, the higher will also be the usage of the technology. On the other hand, the lower the innovativeness is, the lower will also be the usage. So there again, we are in line with literature. It's Rogers, 1983. Here are the results for the smart home study, where we test the acceptance factors on the adoption of artificial intelligence-based smart homes. You can clearly see that most of our hypotheses are confirmed. So we can see that actually in line with UTI-UT, effort expectancy impacts performance expectancy very positively and significantly. Performance expectancy impacts behavioral intention of usage highly positively and significantly. You can see that subjective well-being in line with our hypothesis impacts positively behavioral intention to use smart homes. You can see that performance expectancy impacts subjective well-being highly positively and highly significantly. So at the 001 level, trust positively and highly significantly impact subjective well-being, and subsequently behavioral intention to use. You can see in line with our hypothesis that privacy concerns negatively impact trust highly significantly, and you can see that technology security also highly significantly and positively impact technology trust. So we confirm all our hypotheses. You can also see our control variables, that very few are significant, but you can see actually, then we compare our results by country, and we see actually that privacy concerns are negative in all the three countries. And so the link of privacy concerns on trust is negative, but only significant in Germany and France, and highly significant in Germany and highly negative in Germany. This shows that by decreasing order, Germany, the impact of privacy concerns on trust is most negative in Germany, followed by France, and not significant in China. And we can also see that also the impact on trust on well-being is highly significant and higher in Western civilizations, France and Germany, than feminine societies than in masculine societies such as China. And we find that performance expectancy on behavioral intention of use is only significant in France and Germany. And we can see that, as we expect, the impact of effort expectancy on perceived performance expectancy is higher in China, in countries which are lower technology orientated than in countries which are higher technology orientated.
And here are the results for the acceptance factors from the UT acceptance model for autonomous vehicles. So you can see the different structural equation modeling coefficients.
Again, in line with literature, we confirm the links coming from the AUT literature. So effort expectancy has a positive link on performance expectancy, and performance expectancy has a positive link on behavior intention of use of autonomous cars. The easier it is to use, the more it brings benefits, and the higher will be also the intention to use it. We see also here the highly significant link between well-being and behavioral intention of use, in line with our hypothesis and in line with literature. We see that social recognition is not significant. There do not seem to be valorizations through social recognition, but social recognition increases well-being. So that's an important point. We also see that perceived hedonism increases also performance expectancy, namely the benefits perceived. Perceived hedonism increases well-being, so highly positive and significant. Trust increases well-being, in line with literature. Trust increases behavioral intention to use. And we see also in line privacy concerns decrease trust, and technology security increases. We confirm, most of all our links are also confirmed and shown in the literature.
And here is again the study about the acceptance of chatbots. Here's the study about the acceptance of chatbots. So we test different service quality factors and utility factors of the UT technology acceptance model on the intention to use.
In line with literature, tangibility influences positively perceived usefulness, but also perceived ease of use. We don't confirm the impact of competence on perceived usefulness, probably because we consider that a chatbot should be competent, simply not conceivable that a chatbot is not competent. We see that the reliability is also highly significant and highly positive. We don't confirm the links between responsiveness and empathy on perceived usefulness and empathy on trust. But we confirm a positive link between credibility and trust, which is highly significant, highly positive. We don't confirm, this time in contrast to literature, the link between perceived ease of use and perceived usefulness, which is the link actually from the basic Davis-TAM model. We confirm a link between perceived usefulness on intention to reuse the chatbot, but reject the links between perceived ease of use on intention to reuse and trust on intention to reuse.
Here is example 4 with the results about the impact of IoT sleeping apps on well-being before and after usage. Here are the results. So you can see that actually before, after, in black it's before, after it's perceived ease of use has a positive significant impact, which even increases after usage on perceived usefulness. Benefits perceived increase after usage. Second, we have no impact of perceived ease of use on intention of use, neither before and neither after the usage. Perceived usefulness have a highly significant impact on intention to use before. It decreases after, so which might be related to the fact that people are dissatisfied and that actually the sleeping act does not really bring them benefits. And you see the same also for well-being, perceived use. The benefits have higher regression coefficient before than after use, which also appear to indicate that the well-being does not really increase after using the sleeping app. And as we do find it also for the link intention to use on real use, which decreases also, which is still significant. So there's an impact of intentional use to and real use on well-being, but this influence decreases by usage, which is not a good news for this application, which means that after 1 week, they perceived no use in this sleeping app. Concerning the privacy concerns, people with higher privacy concerns have higher feelings of well-being. So this is in contrast result to what we expect. And here is our example 6 and last example about our study about big data management and firm and customer relationship management performance. Here are the results.
And you can see here the outcome of our regression analysis. So all 3 dimensions of big data resources have a significant impact on marketing capabilities. That's the part hypothesis 1. So we can see it's a highly significant impact on marketing capabilities, and there's a high significant impact also on firm performance. So big data resources creates definitely a competitive advantage through increasing firm performance. And so we support hypothesis 1. We can see here also that big marketing analytics scales make the strongest contribution to big data resources, followed by technology resources and organizational resources. And so the hidden competence or resource, which is actually the know-how how to analyze data, to apply data mining techniques, has actually the most important impact. So this shows that some intangible resources are very difficult to imitate and create the most important competitive advantage. We can furthermore see here that marketing capabilities is a strong mediator predictor of firm performance. So we can see here the regression coefficient 0.34 has a strong impact on firm performance. And the indirect relationship between big data resources and firm performance is highly significant, thus supporting H3. And you can see here also, again, market turbulence is significant. So in highly turbulent markets, big data management has a more important impact on firm performance than in low turbulent markets. You can see competition, technology turbulence, firm size has no impact, so it's not relevant. But you can see also in service firms, big data management is a higher impact on firm performance than in goods firms, which is quite understandable because in service firms, per nature, firms have stronger relationships and more contact with customers than in good producing firms. The CRM, and CRM is related to big data management, is more important in service firms. Finally, last question, the moderation. So we can see here actually for firms practicing differentiation, the regression coefficient is higher than in firms practicing cost imaging. So we validate our hypothesis here that the firm strategy moderates the impact, and so for firms practice and differentiation, having stronger customer relationships, big data management is more relevant, has a higher impact on firm performance than firms practicing cost imaging. Because again, these firms invest in relationships, invest in personalization, so they take over more advantages from big data management than cost leadership firms.
And here to finish, you can see the graphical figure representing the results. So we can, in your results section, either put tables as we have seen, or put a figure like here with the regression coefficients. So in summary, you have seen in the results section, you put the results coming from the statistical analysis, the regression coefficients, structural equation modeling coefficients, significance levels. You can do that by showing a graphical result as we have just seen, a figure, or by putting tables with the coefficients and information. You do not comment, you just describe your results according to your hypothesis, just show if you accept or if you reject your hypothesis formulated in your conceptual models. The discussion about the results and the interpretation in line with the literature will be done in the section discussion of the results. This is what we will see in the next section, where we will see how you discuss the results in line with literature you have read, in line with the literature review. And this points out again the importance of the literature review which you have done.